We've got the Hyundai Tucson plug-in hybrid and the Kia Sportage plug-in hybrid in our comparison this week.
We always say it once at the very beginning of the video. It's Sportage in Canada. That's the way Kia markets it here. In the States, it's Sportage. You get the idea. All right, welcome to the Motormouth YouTube channel. I'm Zach.
I'm Andrea.
And if you like this, it would be great if you could subscribe. Also follow Andrea on Instagram. So let's get into it.
The Hyundai Tucson and Kia Sportage PHEV share the same powertrain, a 1.6-liter turbocharged four-cylinder with an electric motor and a 13.8 kilowatt-hour battery. They are paired to a 6-speed automatic transmission and have a combined 261 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque, standard all-wheel drive. The Tucson has 53 kilometers, 33 miles of EV range, and the Sportage 55 kilometers, 34 miles of range.
Both the Kia and Hyundai plug-in hybrids offer a smooth ride with a quiet cabin. They handle incredibly well too. When accelerating quickly on the highway, you do hear the gas engine engaged. We reviewed these two vehicles at different times of the year, the Tucson in the winter and the Sportage in the fall. We noticed that the gas engine does come on more often when you need to warm the cabin or under quick acceleration because it's colder outside. The Kia, in our experience, came on less often in warmer temperatures, which is what you would expect. Neither of these have a heat pump.
I'm really glad we were able to review these two vehicles at different times of the year because with the Kia, it's been fall for us and we've had an extremely warm fall in Vancouver. So when driving in the city at a good speed, but not gunning it, we didn't find that the engine came on that often.
So the drivetrain of these two vehicles is the same. They're developed at the same time. Then each brand goes away with that drivetrain and makes one into a Hyundai, the other into a Kia. And when we go through this comparison, you'll see there were decisions made around packaging and, more importantly, pricing that might set them up to be different in your opinion.
Although these two vehicles share the same powertrain, they both offer different exterior styles. The Tucson plug-in hybrid has a distinct and sharp-looking exterior with angular body panels, available premium projector-type LED headlights, 19-inch wheels, and a front grille with dark chrome accents. The rear is equally as bold with LED taillights that have a bit of a Mustang vibe and a hidden wiper, keeping things very clean and modern. This PHEV does not come with a spare tire, but you do get a tire repair kit.
The Kia plug-in has a sharp and strong presence, with a tiger nose grille getting more of a floating design. The gloss black grille spans the entire width of the front fascia, with boomerang-style daytime running lights on either end. Plus, you get unique shaped LED multi-reflector headlamps, LED fog lamps, roof rails, and a heated windshield, plus 19-inch wheels. In the rear, in Canada, you get a combination of LED and non-LED bulbs. Full LED tail lamps are available. In the United States, all of the tail lamps in the back are LED. You'll also notice the wiper is hidden under the rear spoiler, just like the Tucson. The Kia and Hyundai PHEVs both have 8.3 inches of ground clearance.
So looks are subjective, of course. And although I think these are both great choices, boy, do they ever look different.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. You say the one you like better in the looks department. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Sportage.
There you go. I like the Tucson. I think it was, when it first came out, I was like, woo, that's interesting, especially the front grille. Really clever the way they've done that. I don't know, there's just something about the Kia. Maybe it's because I know what the inside looks like.
Maybe, but I actually really like the taillights on the Tucson. It kind of has a Mustang feel to it. But I think overall they're both good. It's just that I'm leaning more to the futuristic look of the Kia.
You know which one I like most? The one I can get.
I was just going to say that. I mean, if you put your name on a list for both of them and you get the first one in, whether it's the Tucson or it's the Kia, go with whatever you get. I mean, the wait time.
Good luck.
Here's our used car alternative from CanadaDrives.ca. We chose a 2022 Hyundai Tucson hybrid with just under 17,000 kilometers for just under $53,000 Canadian. Click on the tab or the link in the description below to find more vehicles in this category from CanadaDrives.ca.
Since both of these vehicles are built on the same platform, the dimensions on the inside will be similar. However, the interiors are quite different. The Tucson PHEV, of course, is spacious, comfortable, and modern, just like the Kia, with a mixture of soft materials and piano black trim. But they have different design layout, with the Tucson getting a 10.25-inch touchscreen and a 10.25 digital driver display. The Kia, on the other hand, has a sleek look with an available dual panoramic curved display with two screens. They're both 12.3 inches, the touchscreen and the driver information display. If you get the base model, you get a 4.2-inch driver information display.
In Canada, the Tucson base model offers many standard features just like the Kia, including the larger screens, wired Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, navigation, an 8-speaker Bose sound system, heated steering wheel, heated front seats, a power driver's seat, leather seating surfaces, heated rear seats, a panoramic sunroof, and a smart liftgate.
The Kia PHEV has the same standard features as the Hyundai, but you get some extras with a lower starting price. Features like a driver's seat memory, ventilated front seats, a power passenger seat, which are only available on the top trim of the Tucson.
Other features available on the top trim for both plug-in hybrids include remote park assist and a surround view monitor. The Harman Kardon sound system is only available on the top trim of the Kia.
In the United States, the trims are a little different, and they don't offer the same standard features that the Canadian trims have. The Tucson base trim has a smaller 8-inch touchscreen, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and a 4.2-inch instrument cluster, a power driver's seat, heated front seats, and cloth interior. All other features are on that top trim.
The Kia base trim in the U.S. comes with all the Tucson's base features, but more, including a panoramic sunroof, a power liftgate, the 12.3-inch touchscreen with navigation, and a wireless charger. The Kia top trim has the 12.3-inch dual panoramic display, surround view monitor, a power passenger seat, driver's seat memory, ventilated front seats, a heated steering wheel, and the Harman Kardon sound system.
So as we mentioned earlier, same platform, made quite differently by each brand. I say that I like the Kia layout better. I just think it looks more upscale and premium.
I think you're right on that. I feel the same way. Not to say that the Tucson isn't nice. I actually watched my mom get into her Tucson last night, and I thought to myself, she's got the top trim, and it looks great.
Yeah. They went for a slightly different approach, though. Their screens are just a little bit smaller. The largest screen is 10.25. In the Kia, it's 12.3. They have that dual panel, very similar to what Mercedes-Benz had with the MBUX system.
Yeah.
And you know what? I just think it looks a little bit richer. We didn't talk about the HVAC controls and the radio, but there's quite a big difference between the way they operate. So in the Hyundai, you just touch different keys to access those features. But in the Kia, they have a panel, and you toggle between the HVAC system, the heating controls, and then all the other functions like the radio and the navigation. And you need to push that button in order to do it, but it can be confusing. Sometimes you go to turn up the radio and you actually turn up the heat.
Very true. I like that Hyundai added the 10.25-inch touchscreen as a standard feature. It used to be the smaller screen in that model, but they raised their price in Canada. So now it comes with the larger screen, whereas in the US, you have less features on that Tucson base model, and it's priced less than the Kia. But you're getting less, and you're getting the smaller touchscreen as well. But guess what? That smaller touchscreen comes with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto.
Yeah, this is a problem with Kia and Hyundai vehicles, Genesis as well. When you go to the top trims, the biggest screens, then the Apple and Android, you got to plug your phone in, right? It doesn't sound like a hardship, but if you're used to having the wireless system, you need to go to the smaller screens. It's some battle they're having with Apple and Google about who runs the navigation in the head unit. So that needs to get sorted by this company, really.
Well, as more brands come out with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto as standard features, or at least offering it on the larger touchscreen, it's going to become more obvious that Hyundai and Kia need to take care of this, and Genesis has the same problem. And they're promoting that brand as a luxury brand, so definitely it needs to be sorted.
Before we move on, just one thing. I just wonder if they have a fix for it, if it's reverse compatible, meaning they can upgrade the head unit with software and make that available, or when you buy it, you're one and done.
The Kia and Hyundai PHEVs are some of the biggest crossovers in their class. They offer about the same front row legroom and class-leading second row space. The Kia shines in cargo capacity behind the second row at 34.5 cubic feet, which is a little more than the Tucson, but the Tucson has more overall cargo capacity at 66.3 cubic feet compared to the Kia at 65.5 cubic feet.
Let's start with pricing, and let's start with the Kia PHEV. In Canada, the base trim is just under $45,000, and the top trim is just over $48,000. In the United States, the base trim is $38,500, and the top trim is just under $43,000.
In Canada, the Tucson plug-in hybrid starts at just over $47,000, and the top trim is just under $49,500 Canadian. In the U.S., the base trim starts at just under $35,500, and the top limited trim is just over $43,000.
Here's the fuel economy. The Kia has a combined city and highway rating of 2.8 liters equivalent per 100 kilometers. That's 84 miles per gallon equivalent. This is just a little bit better than the Hyundai at 2.9 liters equivalent per 100 kilometers or 80 miles per gallon equivalent. With the battery depleted, both get 6.7 liters per 100 kilometers or 35 miles per gallon combined.
These PHEVs have a 7.2 kilowatt onboard charger. With a 120 volt outlet, it will take over 11 hours to charge your PHEV, and with a 240 volt outlet, about 2 hours. They are not compatible with a DC fast charger.
Both of these vehicles can tow 2,000 pounds, and the warranty for both Hyundai and Kia is 5 years, 100,000 kilometers, or 60,000 miles.
I really believe you can't go wrong with either of these. I'd be happy to drive these every day. We do a lot of city driving, and I really believe I can stay within the EV range to really have a clean drive. My mom says that she hardly buys any gas, and it's a real pleasure going by the gas stations and in Vancouver, seeing gas at $2.43 a liter.
Yeah, it's crazy right now. The prices, that's $8.80 a gallon. That's Canadian dollars, though. It's crazy right now. So they wonder why people are lining up to buy these things. But it's interesting, as I mentioned earlier, both on the same platform, both made by the same parent company. They make them separately or develop them separately. And it's great that Kia is packing more features in their car, not only in Canada, but in the United States, and charging a lower starting price. You kind of wonder, why is that?
I know, it's quite incredible. I'm happy to see that they're trying to produce an affordable plug-in hybrid. Even at that base trim, you could get away with it and you'd be really happy with it, right?
Well, the one that we had was the base trim. And you know what? We went back and forth whether you would spend the extra money to get the premium package or whatever it was, the next trim up, or just stick with the base one. We kind of both got to the same place.
Yeah.
The base model is just fine. But it comes down to the same thing, Andrea. Put your name at Hyundai and Kia dealer.
Yeah.
Make sure it's a refundable deposit. If you're ever putting a deposit down, 100% refundable. And you know what? Buy the one that comes in first.
Just to put a bow on it, keep in mind that the Tucson has a lower starting price in the US, but comes with less features. So that's why they can price it that way. That might be enough for you as well.
All right, so let's do it again, Andrea. Overall, I think it's going to be easy, this one. Say which one you want. 3, 2, 1, Kia. There you go. Or the one that comes in first. All right, that's all the time we have for this one.
Yeah.
Which one do you guys like? Which what styling do you like better?
Yeah.
Which interior do you like better? Which one would you buy? And what do you think of what they're doing at Hyundai and Kia? Yeah. And also, what do they have to do, Andrea?
Well, you got to subscribe, hit that notification bell. You'll be notified when all of our reviews drop, and then you can watch them. And follow me on Instagram at Motormouth_Andrea to get a sneak peek of what's coming up on the channel.
And when will we see them next, Andrea?
We'll see you next week.